Fanboys and fangirls, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of SeeBonnyDraw. I am your host, the creator of this video, and the creator of the artwork that you'll be watching come to life on screen. My name is Bonnie John, and let's begin. Today's special feature is that of Iron Man drenched in the colors of red, white, and blue. America! Yeah! No, it's actually not Iron Man, it's the Iron Patriot, an altogether different and totally new character who is featured heavily in the Dark Reign comic book storyline. According to the comics, the Iron Patriot suit does not feature repulsor technology like the Iron Man suit that Tony Stark rocks. This means that the Iron Patriot suit is weaker, but it looks way more badass, so that's how it balances itself out. As the face of the Dark Avengers, Iron Patriot mashes both the qualities of Iron Man and Captain America to become the new superhero that will usher in a new era of peace for humanity. Or not. Maybe he's fighting for bad things like destruction and mayhem. Read Dark Reign and find out. I won't spoil it for you because I'm not a dick. Never one of Marvel's heavier hitters, Iron Man really became huge thanks in part to his cinematic debut a few years back, and since then he hasn't looked back. He was also the feature of a SeeBonnyDraw painting for when the Avengers DVD had released, and in hindsight I wish I had drawn the Hulk because he was kind of the star, but I was happy to do Tony Stark regardless, and originally I was going to pass up the opportunity to paint Iron Patriot, but I realized this guy is just too badass to pass up, and here we are. I decided to draw this character in commemoration of Iron Man 3, which features the Iron Patriot, played by Don Cheadle, Don Cheadle. I miss you, Terrence, even though you were only in one movie, and he had that one line that made the whole audience go crazy, and you never came back. Maybe next time was maybe never. Anyway, Don Cheadle is rocking the Iron Patriot suit in this film, which is probably just a War Machine variant painted in the colors of America. The suit is rumored to run on freedom, apple pie, and bacon in that order, which is precisely what I was running on as well, creating this artwork. By far, between the SeeBonnyDraw paintings I've been doing, as well as my own personal creations, this painting has taken me the longest. I can easily say this is one of the most rewarding challenges I've ever faced. The time spent on this art was not arduous by any means. Instead, I just quietly took my time and focused on each aspect of the suit after a first rough draft. Believe it or not, I found the suit rather easy to paint, and despite the fact that it looks so detailed, as I said earlier, so long as I focused on each individual aspect of the armor, patience would pay off. Other factors that attribute to the fact that I'm calling this task easy is because we've got one texture to worry about, which is the metallic finish of the suit, as well as the idea that we're working with tones rather than picking up the actual colors of light. My palette, as you'll see, is limited strictly to red, white, and blue, and darker and lighter shades of those colors. If I painted this armor at sunset or at nighttime, the colors would totally change up. Although the image itself is very static, we've got Iron Patriot just standing there looking all cool, the focus of the image is just to showcase the talents that I've built up over the years. I suppose it sounds like I'm tooting the horn a bit, but honestly, I surprised myself with this work. The technical detail that I've put in here is by far the most I've ever put in any piece of work thus far. So let's start from the beginning. Before anything, I had to find a reference. I found one in the form of a photograph of a very well-made and detailed statue of Iron Patriot. Everything that you see is modeled after a figure. That is a testament to how well that thing was made, and I'm going to link the manufacturer's creation in the description below, so take a look at them, because without that photo, I wouldn't have done anything. So as you've been watching, now it's time for the extreme close-up. As I'm redoing all the elements that I had started earlier on, I've got my reference photo zoomed in as well, so I'm able to create as close as I can one-to-one. It was at this time where I was looking for the nuances in light and shadow. When zoomed in, it doesn't look right, but when you zoom out and you see how the shadow and lighting is consistent all throughout the work, it brings the piece all together. It gives the suit the feeling that it's actually casting real light and shadow. Any piece of artwork can be destroyed by an improper use of representation of lighting. By keeping my tonal approach consistent, I'd knock out each aspect of the armor one by one. You can see how the light starts at the helmet, and then I clean up the shoulder pad, I clean up the bicep area, I clean up the gauntlet. Watch how the light trails down perfectly. What aided me in this was actually screen capping after each session of painting. I would compare and contrast all the new changes that I made from the old to the new. Watching the growth in these isolated areas were very rewarding and shared insight with how I was progressing. And keeping up that progress and that pace, as slow as I ran the race, I'd reach the finish line. Fanboys and fangirls, thank you so much for having spent your time with me. I always appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to hear your critique on my art and commentary. To see the artwork that was featured in this video, be sure to check my DeviantArt account in the description below. There you'll also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. And on your way out, be sure to hit the like button, the favorite button, subscribe, and share. You know, for freedom and justice and the American way. And if you're not American, don't worry, you are after watching this video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, be good.